Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. This is Moltrap here coming at you with the OSL semifinals, and I've got Deja Vu alongside me as well today, and we're going to be doing the OSL semifinals between mOvie and Shine. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. This is Moltrap. I'm going to be doing the OSL semifinals today. I've got Deja Vu alongside me, and we're going to be doing the OSL semifinals between mOvie and Shine, and it's going to be a great matchup. These are two up-and-coming players. Both of these players are relatively new to the Star League scene, so we are seeing like some up-and-coming stars here battle it out in a very high level of Star League. Actually, it's kind of amazing that both these guys have managed to get to the semifinals this early on in their real professional careers. That's mOvie on the left from Team CJ, and that's Shine on the right from Team WemadeFOX. So Deja Vu, what are you thinking about this matchup so far?
I think this is going to be a really exciting matchup. I know a lot of people are really looking forward to the other one, Semifinal A, but this one is actually, I think, is going to be very interesting because you got two players that, like you said, are up and coming. They are really playing some of their best StarCraft so far of their careers, and it's really interesting because they're both very aggressive players, especially in this matchup. mOvie tends to go with very aggressive builds, a lot of shuttle play, a lot of high Templar, a lot of Dark Templar early on. And Shine, I mean, Shine took down the two top Protosses in the game today. Took down both Bisu and Stork on his road tier. So, I mean, there's no doubt that he knows how to play this matchup, and he's definitely been able to get a lot of victories through aggressive play. So I wanted to see who comes out of this a little bit farther ahead. Personally, I think mOvie will probably come out a little bit ahead just because I think Shine is a little bit more of a known entity with his hyper aggressive play, whereas mOvie, I think, maybe has a little bit more of a macro style to him. So if he can read Shine well, if he can read whatever aggressive play is coming his way, I think mOvie has a really good shot to come away with a best of win here, because I don't think you can just play hyper aggressive play over and over again and win a best of 5. I think we're going to have a macro game, and I think if it gets to that stage, mOvie might get into a little bit of an advantage. So I think that's something to look for throughout the entire series.
Yeah, I would agree with that, I think, off the top of my head. But the thing is like Shine, he's got these, like you said, he's a known entity. He kind of has this style that he does all the time. He doesn't really do a whole lot of variation, and he's not really the best player. I mean, people always argue with me when I say that he's not the best player, but he really isn't. He really does have a lot of flaws in his playing abilities. You know, like I keep saying, he doesn't have any multitasking ability. His game sense is not the top notch. But you know, I keep saying that, but he keeps winning games, despite the fact that he shouldn't. He keeps winning games anyways. What's wrong with you, Shine? You keep winning games and you're not supposed to. And he's knocked out, I mean, all the top Protosses playing right now. He's recently, like you said, he's knocked out Bisu and Stork in best of 3s on his way here. And to top it all off, he's also beaten Violet recently in the Pro League. So I mean, he's beaten like a lot of good players lately, so you can't really underestimate Shine as much as I want to underestimate him or undervalue him. Well, I feel fine undervaluing him. It's hard to underestimate him though, because he just keeps winning these games. But then, you know, it kind of works the other way too, because mOvie is also a player that you know, he's still up and coming. He's not winning everything. He's got really solid style, and he's very good, but he's not top notch yet. At least that's kind of how I feel. But yet again, he also keeps winning games in Star Leagues and in Pro League as well. Especially, you know, coming off a win against Zero, a very strong win against Zero, who is one of the strongest Zergs in the game right now. So you know, we're gonna have to see if he can. Basically, like you said, he kind of did to Zero what you know. Oh, hey, look, Matt and Steve SC. There's a shout out to them. That's cool. And a Shine fan though, so never mind. But anyways, basically his games against Zero had a lot of aggression. Zero had a lot of stuff going on, and mOvie just kind of like sat back and chilled out and just played it cool and just played strategically and kept his head level and was able to win by doing that. So I think that kind of style is going to prevail over Shine.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with everything you said there. We got an overpull coming out here for Shine. Once again, going to go for some little early aggression here. Going to force mOvie to throw down that forwards and the cannons before getting his Nexus up. But, I mean, I think there's a couple other things that mOvie has going in his favor, too. I mean, I don't want to sit here and bash on Shine and say he has no chance at all. He's definitely a good player, and definitely you don't get to this stage if you don't have any chance of winning at all. But I just feel that movie has a good opportunity overall in this series. And even on this map overall has been kind of a Zerg favorite map since like 7 to 2 or something like that. But I will say that I think movie has some really good shuttle micro and some really good shuttle strategy. And on this kind of a map, El Nino, where you've got all these extra bases kind of in the corners and behind things, kind of like Outsider, I think that kind of it definitely plays into advantage to a guy like Movie, and he can kind of use that to his advantage as well as he's sitting here delaying that hatchery for as long as he can, doing a pretty good job of it. Needs to be careful with that probe, almost losing it, could have thrown it out of pylon, but chose not to, getting the cannon up just to make sure that he doesn't get any sort of a run by or anything. So still pretty standard openings here from both players. 2 cannons actually going down, so kind of worried about kind of that aggressive play. And we're already seeing Movie kind of react here, and I do like this play for Movie as long as he plays relatively standard, pretty conservative, doesn't try to cut too many corners. We see a lot of players cut corners. Bisu and Stork are absolutely known for just cutting every corner they possibly can, and I think Shine was able to take advantage of that in a couple games. But as long as Movie doesn't cut any corners, I think he can get to the mid game pretty safely, and at that point, I think that he'll be able to just try and micro a big fight, and if he can get a couple victories, maybe use some good Reavers to harass some bases, abuse Shine's lack of multitask, I think he can definitely work his way into a nice solid advantage and play from there. So I think most of Movie strategies should be going towards aiming to get to that mid game and then try and make it a big war between him and Shine.
Yeah, I think that is actually a really good point. And that, you know, that's what the top level gamers do, is they cut as many corners as possible, because that's how you get that little tiny bit of an edge that's going to win out over other top level players. But you're right, Movie, if he can just play it safe and get it to the mid game, you know, Shine is exactly the kind of player that might, you know, a lot of Zergs would just make like 4 Zerglings, 6 Zerglings, chase the probe around, they wouldn't do much. Shine is the kind of player who might go for mass lings, get a dozen lings off the bat and try and do run by, stuff like that. So it's very smart of him to just play it safe and try and win later on in, you know, just with his superior mechanics, because if it does get to a late game, then Movie is definitely going to have the favor, because Shine is horrible at dodging side storms. So if it comes down to just a big battle, Movie's going to be able to storm the crap out of everything that Shine has, and Shine will not be very good at dodging all that, and it's going to come out ahead in that kind of a battle. But we see, we actually see though, Shine is, I'm surprised I didn't notice this earlier, Shine is going for like kind of a 3-hatch Hydra build. He is going for basically kind of an all-in, almost kind of a bust here. I don't see a lair. We would have seen a lair by now if he was going for some lair tech. He's just using these Zerglings, running around trying to keep that probe out, and at the same time he's getting his Hydra upgrades. As soon as those Hydra upgrades are about finished, he's going to start pumping out Hydras. He needs to be careful that that probe doesn't see anything though. He can't actually produce the Hydras too early, especially as it expansions, otherwise Movie will see those and be able to react. And now these Zealots coming in could be very key. I think with these Zealots are probably going to be the key to spotting the Hydras. They're going to be able to get past the Zerglings and spot the Hydras, and once he spots those early Hydras, he's going to plant down extra cannons and again just play safe and be able to counteract this aggressive move by Shine.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's getting those. That probe is actually going to see the Hydralis right now. There it sees it. So now we should see extra cannons being thrown down. We saw those Zealots get a couple kills around the drones. Looks like Shine, like you said, you know, that multitask not very good, losing a couple extra drones when he really should have. Getting a robo facility up as well, so he'll be well transitioned to get into the mid game here. He's throwing up a lot of cannons, and I think that should be enough. As long as those 3 extra cannons can warp in time, he should be good to go. He's still producing Dragoons and a Zealot. Probably could even bring off a couple probes off his line if it really gets to that point, but I think he's in a pretty good shape here. He'll be contained, but overall economically he'll be in a nice spot, and he's getting that Robo Bay up as the attack's coming here. The Zealot's the Zergling's trying to get around, not having much success. That pylon block being absolutely brilliant strategy there by Movie, throwing down that pylon, so those Hydras can't like really get in there in mass, and Shine not really having the best micro here, I don't think. Yeah, he got a couple of those cannons, but the backup cannons get in, and now this ploy is it's kind of going to be a tough spot for Shine because he's behind now. He's behind overall. He can try and keep on the pressure and do what he can, but once that Reaver comes out, it's obviously he won't be able to do anything else, and there's enough cannons there, I think, to hold. I don't see, maybe he can try and bust through. He's still trying to pump Hydros. It feels like it's absolutely all in at this point. He's just going to throw everything he can at this and hope that he can break Movie, but I think he'll be able to get a Reaver out in time.
And here he comes in right now, actually trying to bust down those cannons. He's got several Hydros. They're kind of being pushed back by the probes now. He's kind of be able to turn around and kill off some of those probes. It's just going to come down to micro right here. His forge is down now, and that is critical. That means the 4 cannons, the 3 that are warped in, and that 4th cannon are all that he has. He does not have a gateway. He does not have a forge right now. He cannot produce any additional defenses whatsoever. So mOvie is actually a little bit on the ropes. He maybe, if he can pull out that Reaver. There's the Reaver. The Reaver is out. If he can hold on to that Reaver and not get it sniped, or if he can land a Scarab in the middle of those Hydras, is the Scarab going to land? The Scarab lands on a bunch of Hydras. He's trying to target the cannons instead of the Reaver, and this one Scarab duds, but all but 4 of the Hydras are pushed back. And a new forge is warped in now, so he's going to be able to put down more cannons. And that Reaver, like you said, that Reaver was the critical thing. That Reaver warping in was the end of it. But he's trying to run in and snipe the Reaver with his few Hydralisks. But the Zealot and the last cannon are able to hold it off. The Reaver kind of falling back as well. So I think that Reaver, if he can keep that Reaver alive, he's going to be fine against this early push. And now, like you said, he's going to be way economically ahead. mOvie is rather, because Shine has no drones at his 3rd. He's just got a few drones at his main and his natural. He's trying to tech to lair now and get those get lurkers out presumably, but that won't really matter much because he's already got the robo. He's probably going to get down the observatories pretty soon, and even if he doesn't, it's a quick build, so he's going to be able to get out observers very quickly if lurkers pop up. Yeah, he spots the lair anyway, so he's going to be very, very prepared. He also sees there's no drones, so we're probably going to see mOvie just try and build up off these 2 bases and go for an attack off the 2 bases and try and win off that since he has such an advantage. But then again, he could also just play a long game, move out, and try and take a 3rd, secure that as well, since this is going to be an easy map to take a 3rd. But yeah, mOvie had a huge, huge advantage right now. 2 Reavers, 3 cannons, a few other units. It's going to be more than enough to hold off any Hydras. Shine knows this, and he's going to try and tech up right now, but I think it's a little bit too late.
Yeah, and once a shuttle comes out for mOvie, he's going to be in a really nice spot. He can use those, he'll be able to micro those Reavers a lot more effectively with his forces. He'll be able to dart in and out, maybe try and get some drone kills if he can. And yeah, it's just a really bad spot right now for Shine. Just wasn't able to do enough damage. And mOvie actually putting 4 probes on gas. Wants to get as much out of that assimilator as livingly possible, it seems. He does have that Citadel of Dune going down as well, but Forge not spinning, so it's not going to be out for any sort of like speed lot rush. Unless that, I think he has another Forge by his Nexus actually, so unless that one's spinning, that one might be getting his +1 as well. I did notice that a little while ago. And there's the shuttle, and now I gotta wonder, what is Shine going to do against a bunch of Reavers coming in a shuttle? I mean, he's got those Hydras trying to position them correctly, trying to intercept, and they're in a pretty good spot, but they're not quite to the corner, so he could sneak in there and get some drone kills. He can go back and forth between the 3 bases. They make a nice little triangle, a very hard to defend triangle, and if you had Mutalisk say, this would be a very easy to attack triangle. But this Reaver is just going to be absolutely epic. We got a couple off. Burrow from Shine actually to save his units. I can't believe you just did that. That's awesome. Save Burrow in a game.
Oh, that is awesome. It's not going to save his spawning pool, though. His spawning pool cannot burrow, and he's just going to be able to run this shuttle around and keep those Hydras distracted while those 2 Zealots just go to work at that spawning pool. He's going to kill off the spawning pool with 2 Zealots. Wait, the Hydra's coming in. They kill off 1 Zealot. Oh, spawning pool has a couple hits left. 1 hit left. Last hit goes down. Yes. No spawning pool for you, Shine. Oh, man. That was pretty clever going for the burrow. But I think it's just a little bit not cute enough and a little bit too late is what it seems like. And here's just an example of that. Shine not quite in proper position and does not have his Scourge on top of that shuttle. The 2 DTs are going to waltz right in here. There's no sign of Overlords. He cannot have had Overlord speed upgrade. He's only had his lair for like a few minutes, or for like a minute or 2. So all these drones are going to have to run away. I was going to say die, but all of them have to run away. And that was any chance Shine had of trying to fight his way back into the game is pretty much gone now from these harassments, because mOvie has lost virtually nothing and managed to completely halt the already paltry economy of Shine. And if Overlord speed is finally upgraded, at least Shine had the sense of mind to start that upgrade as soon as his lair finished. But yeah, Templar are out. We got 3rd base almost going up on the right side. All kinds of tech for mOvie. It's gonna be over before too long, I think. And I think it's just gonna be a matter of when those Templar get enough energy to be able to move out, because Shine does not have the money to build Mutas to do any sort of Templar sniping or anything like that. So and oh, he's gonna storm drop him anyways. Oh man, this is hilarious.
As if everything else wasn't enough. As if Zealots, DTs, and I guess the Reaver never dropped, but if that wasn't enough, now we're gonna have High Templar. And I love it when movie does this. He's done this before, where he just goes every single tech and just tries to hit you with everything. And he's actually gonna lose this shuttle. Only Zealot gets dropped off. So a little bit of good play there by Shine, able to corner that shuttle and take it down. But there's still more High Templars and an Archon still. You gotta wonder, what can Shine do against even that army? Even with 2 less Stormers and 2 less Zealots, what can he do? I mean, I assume that there's still a shuttle alive somewhere to bring you those Reavers forward, and if that's the case, I mean, you've got to dodge Storms and a micro against Scarabs, and you've got, presumably he could go DT as well. I mean, this is just going to be really, really tough for Shine in any sort of battle coming up. This is coming out here with some Zealots, and those don't want to die. That is not what movie wants to do.
I'm gonna make a bet here. I'm pretty sure Shine is going for a drop, and I actually was thinking that even before I saw these guys gathering over on the side, because that's just kind of Shine's style. He's probably gonna go for a drop. He's gonna kill a couple buildings, and Movie's gonna fall his forces back into his main, storm the crap out of the drop, and then it's gonna be GG here in just a minute. But actually, Movie looks like he's gonna be moving out right now as well. He's got the pylons in place. He's already moving his. Actually, he hasn't quite moved his army back into his base yet. Now his army is moving back. They're gonna be able to do significant damage in the main. There's a few cannons there, and there's a lot of stuff in the way. But no, the shuttle is gonna bring these Reavers back. They're gonna be able to do significant damage to these Hydras if they can get within range. He had to drop them kind of out of the way. Probes are running out of the way. Templar deciding to run in suicidally. And there's a Storm. So yeah, Storm, Reavers, units, all kinds of crap is going to be able to obliterate this army. Already half the Hydras are dead. And a bit of a missed Storm. So Movie actually doing a little bit of fail action here with some failed drops and some not that good of storms and everything, but I think he had enough of an advantage that it doesn't really matter at this point. Now he's going to be able to move out and just steamroll Shine is what I'm thinking here. Shine's built up a decent amount of Hydras, but as long as he brings the Reavers along and the Templar, he should be good to go and should be able to slaughter those Hydras and then march across that third base. Get a third base of his own up, and then he'll have pretty much secured victory. But I don't know, Shine, again, putting up a lot more of a fight than I expected. Oh, nice Scarab pops a lot of Hydras there. Oh, another Scarab pops another ton of Hydras. He lost one Reaver, micros that Reaver out of the way. Give the Storm off, Storm on the Hydras as well. He's completely obliterating all these Hydras. Really again, Shine not microing at all. Sorry, go ahead, what was that?
He really is refusing to dodge storms, and like the Reavers are just killing so much here. He like doesn't pull his drones back fast enough. This is just not. It's pretty sloppy overall.
Yeah, and that's exactly the kind of thing that I was talking about before. Is Shine, he just I don't know why he doesn't micro, or like I said, it's usually his multitask, but he just will not pull units out of storms. So the Psy Storms just do so much damage to Shine, more than other Zerg players. But again, Movie is making a lot of sloppy mistakes, running in High Templar, and getting them killed off, that kind of thing. So he's kind of keeping Shine in the game. If this was a flawless performance by Movie, he would have won by now. You know, if this was Stork's micro, then he would have won by now. Pretty easily, since he would have not made all these mistakes. He would have saved these units. He would have a much larger armor right now, but he's still continuing to put the pressure on. He's not giving Shine any time to try and drone up. Another storm going off. He's going to have to fall back, though, and try and regroup with some more units coming in, but he's trying to put this pressure on another storm on those Hydras, slaughtering them. Oh my goodness, so much Psy Storm damage going on here. And that was a beautiful storm. He actually got a hit on that lurker before it burrowed from the Dragoon. So, and no, that's kind of sad. That one Hydralist chilling there with almost no life, almost killing the Archon. But anyway, yeah, Shine is pretty on the ropes. It looks like he's fighting things off, but he's just got no drones at any of his bases. And he's not mining in his third right now while he's bringing his drones back. But there we go. There's the third base. Movie should have gotten that third base going a long time ago, I think. I don't know, but yeah, I still think Movie has a pretty big advantage here, but he's making little mistakes that are letting Shine kind of slightly get back into the game. And if he makes too many mistakes at once, like in the next big battle, if he loses his Templar or something like that, and Shine is able to kill off his army, then he's going to be in danger of letting Shine back in. So hopefully he doesn't make that much of a mistake. Looks like you're going to see a couple lurkers dropping in his main. That'll be annoying, but probably won't do too much damage.
Yeah, and this entire third base looks like it might be forfeit right now. The Lurkers could do some damage, but there are a couple cannons there, and I'm sure that reinforcing units and an observer will be around in time. Good storm going down there, catching a lot of Hydros as they were moving through it. And he needs some more storm, then he'll be good to go right here. He's got those Dragoons in front, doesn't really have enough Zealots to really absorb fire, but he's lost this entire third base, Shine has, and he's not going to be able to mine off of a third base. I mean, that's just awful for him. Well, it looks like he's going to be able to clean this up, but the hatchery does go down, so he's only mining off of 2 mineral lines. 2 mineral lines! That is like nothing for a Zerg player. Only 2 mineral lines, 2 gas. Shuttle being picked up there, and a drone! Tons of drones going down to a 13 kill Reaver, 16 kill Reaver. Only if there was, oh man, that is awesome. The one drone being near all the other burrow drones getting killed, and everything blows up to the Reaver. 19, 20 kill Reaver. This thing just keeps counting up. That could easily be 21, maybe more. It's just going crazy. That is sweet. 4 kill Lurker just doesn't compare. I'm sorry, just does not compare at all to a 20. Well, no, that's terrible. Could have been even more there. But yeah, that Lurker goes out. GG from Shine.
GG. Wow, finally. Yeah, that was crazy. Shine sure wasn't giving up without a fight there, but mOvie finally gave him a good fight, and that was beautiful with the Reaver there. I actually saw he was actually even targeting that third base there. He was trying to kill that off because I think he figured that was what was keeping Shine slightly in the game, was that third base. So in the midst of that battle, he was kind of battling with like a couple Dragoons, and he was actually targeting the hatchery with his Reaver, trying to kill off those hatcheries. So anyways, mOvie goes up 1-0 over Shine. We're going to see if Shine can pull off something else to surprise mOvie in Game 2. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you there.